All right, so we'll start with For All Mankind because that's your most recent. All right, so as a director, what was your initial reaction when you first read the screenplay?
I love that show so much that I was dying to get the opportunity to work on it. My feeling was this is genius. Like they're just such good writers. I love an alternative narrative. It's always so engaging to like have a historical narrative that's an alternative because you're playing against expectations. So you're immediately engaged because you know that the space program was, I've been alive during the time of the space program, and to see these people write something that like takes it and spins it on its ear is just so engaging and so entertaining. I mean, Gary Hart becomes president, so I was thrilled. I was so thrilled. That's one of the shows that I like, did my prayers at night. Please let me get an opportunity to work on that because
It must be challenging though, because if you're doing historical, like so alternate future, you do have to create a reality that people will accept, but it has to be a different reality visually too, and storytelling wise.
Well, actually, they do an amazing job with visual effects, recreating things. In my episode, there was a recreation of a debate with Bill Clinton. And so we're always, in that case, we analyze existing footage and then shoot it in a way that we're able to put together shots that, exist, and then composite shots. And so in a way, you have to make it look like that. So you're recreating a visual language so that you're not indicating any difference. You're not taking the audience out. So it's not, I mean, yes, some of it's a new language, but some of it is recreating an existing language, visual language.
But it's a challenge because most TV shows you don't have an opportunity to do something like that. So it's almost like you're directing a feature, you're doing a hybrid kind of a TV feature.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In fact, I went on after that to work on something I'm really excited about that's coming out soon called 5 Days at Memorial, which again is about an event that happened in the past. It's about Hurricane Katrina and what happened before, during, and after at this hospital in downtown New Orleans. And, we really tried to do use archival footage in a way that kind of bolstered and legitimized, the events. And, you gain credibility if you can use stuff that is, network or whatever. And that's really challenging. And I think that For All Mankind is specifically because they're a series and because they've been doing it, they're particularly gifted, their post department, at achieving that. It's hard to do. But we tried to do it also with 5 Days at Memorial, which is incredible. It's going to be a great series.
We like to talk origins. So you started as editor.
I did.
Yeah. So how did you transition from editing to film, or what was the desire to move from editing to directing?
Well, I started editing in documentary, actually, and that's the hardest thing you can possibly do. It's like endless. The story could end here, or you could keep working for 6 months and then the story could end. You could shoot a little more and then it could end. Like, it's really like this thing. You're creating the structure that doesn't exist. I love documentaries, but I think in my heart of hearts, I had always really loved narrative and had dreamt about being involved in narrative and eventually got the opportunity to. Michael Moore, who did Roger and Me, did a feature film that I was, Jerry Peroni was hired as the editor. She was Altman's editor. And she generously let me come on and co-edit with her. And had she not, I wouldn't be standing here. And then I turned that into an editing career and wound up on Sex and the City as an editor. And then Michael Patrick King and Sarah Jessica Parker allowed me to direct, and John Melfi. And then I was able to turn that into a directing career. So, but I edited on that show for the entire run. So, there's a certain amount of, I love what I'm doing as an editor. Boy, what you're doing as a director is so cool. What you actors are doing is so cool. Like, I feel like I'm so close, but I'm not there. It would be so fun to be there. And, getting the courage to make your desires known. And that eventually, they made that happen for me, changed my life.